back to the Abundant Living University. Today I thought I'd talk a little bit about budget deficits. You know, it's been in the news. We're apparently running a $1.4 trillion budget deficit for 29 is what we did there. For 2010, I think it's $1.2 trillion. But there was an interesting article in the Wall Street Journal the other day. And what the article essentially said is 2011 may see a dramatic reduction in the budget deficit. Perhaps down to only $500 billion. Now $500 billion, I know I said only, is still a large number, but fully 50 to 60% below the deficits that we're running today. Obviously, as the economy improves, tax revenues will improve, and that will shrink the deficit. But more importantly is the potential for $500 billion to come into the U.S. Treasury from the conversion of traditional IRAs to Roth IRAs. Now, in only about 10% of all cases does a Roth conversion actually make sense. Susie Orman is talking to a much broader audience, and often she says, oh, well, everybody should do that. And the answer is, when you do the math, actually only about 10% benefit, but we'll take Roth on another day. But the real surprise here is that the budget figures, the budget estimates are based on the Congressional Budget Office, and they've only estimated a $5 billion increase in tax revenue from Roth conversions. Well, we know that number is too low. In fact, if you think back to 1999, President Clinton and the Republican Congress was able to balance the budget, actually create surpluses in 98, 99, because of the beginning of Roth and the ability for American taxpayers to convert their traditional IRAs to Roth. When you convert a traditional IRA, let's say you have $100,000 in the IRA, you pay taxes on that money today. So $100,000 at the top marginal tax rate of 35% would mean that a tax of $35,000 would be paid to the government. Instead of taking a little bit out every year, as in a traditional IRA, as you would, so you'd be paying that little bit every year to the government, you're lump summing the payment to the government, and the government will have lots of people doing that and converting from traditional to Roth. So more about whether Roth or traditional makes sense for you, we'll do that in another video, but keep your eye on budget deficit figures for next year, because while the Pollyannas, not the Pollyannas, while the Chicken Littles are running around saying, oh my God, it's the end of the world and we're going to have budget deficits and they're going to increase forever, we always forget that the economy is not static, it is dynamic. And this little tax change, the Roth conversion, may very well allow us to have significant budget reduction in 2011. Have a great day.